When this Samuel Ekpa was doing all he was doing, what was he even thinking about? He never even considered the country he was living in, the Finland country he was living in. Meanwhile, the authorities in Finland are frozen the assets of Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed Biafra agitator facing allegations of terrorism-related activities, who has been detained for several weeks. The Finnish government also froze the assets of companies associated with Ekpa and four of his accomplices, who are also in remand. Okay, Yile, a local newspaper, in a report stated this, adding that Ekpa is being held in the Kliamo Vankila prison, which is reputed to be one of the world's toughest prisons. Wow. Sahara reporters had reported that Ekpa may spend the Christmas and New Year breaks in detention. As the authorities in the country disclosed, Mikko Liksonen, senior detective superintendent at the Finland's National Bureau of Investigation, had noted this, adding that the country's legal system does not permit bail. Wow. Meanwhile, the Klimasowski prison, which is a high-security prison, is in Vahemanti, Akka, Finland. The head of international communications, in response to inquiries from Punch, also confirmed that the suspect was in the prison. The Kliamuski Vankila was built in 1993 for male prisoners. Some reporters had reported that Ekpa, self-styled Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in SI, was arrested about 4 weeks ago alongside four others on suspicion of terrorism-related offences, including incitement of violence and financing terrorism. The Finnish authorities had alleged that Ekpa utilized the social media to incite violence in Nigeria's southeast region, targeting civilians and government officials. According to local media outlets, Ekpa has been remanded on charges of public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent. The prison facility where Ekpa is currently held is known for accommodating people who have committed serious crimes, including violent suspects and sex offenders. Is the largest closed unit facility in Finland. The prison currently houses 113 prisoners, mostly convicts and remand inmates. The Kliamuski Vankila was featured in a 2023 Netflix documentary series, Inside the World's Toughest Prisons. The journalist Rafael Rowe entered the wards and interacted with some of the inmates, including the most dangerous criminals in Finland. Among the inmates interviewed were Tony, Ollie, Michael, Danny, and Johnny, who had histories of violence and crime. Now there they go put Ekpa. Okay now. Two of the inmates, Tony and Oli, were notorious for their brutal actions and did not even show remorse for their crimes during the conversation with Rowe. Newcomers often smuggle in drugs, including subtext, cocaine, and amphetamines, as well as cell phones. Subtext is a popular Finnish drug. A prison officer confirmed the troubling trend in the video, noting that dealing with such violent, drug-affected prisoners was a major challenge for the prison system. Okay, who go rescue Samuel Ekpa in this one? We need this too. Who will rescue him? Can the decision bring peace? And that's another question I want to ask. Bring peace in the eastern region. The remedy of such challenges is to deal with the root cause. When there is an agitation in a certain region, there is always demand from such people on what they have presented to the government. The government should look into their demands and seek for structure that could be beneficial to both parties involved. Is that the reason why, even when Nnamdi Kanu said there should be no, what is it called? There should be no sit at home order. This guy said there must be sit at home order. Anybody that comes out and it will go in for it. The man that you are fighting for said no, you shouldn't do that. So I don't understand that. Listen, do you know how many lives have been lost? There are many ways to do things without you know, getting to all of those nonsense, because I can't even fathom the rationale behind all of those things. Well, you have to be trained to be tough. I presume that they are training him so he can be tough more on Biafra citizens. He has caused unimaginable destruction and pain to thousands of people. Let him face justice. Nigerian prison would have been better for him, honestly. All those ones, are they even serious with what they are doing? He deserves worse treatments or punishment. He deserves more than that. They should put him in a Guantanamo Bay prison. Everything works for good for those who trust the Lord. We move. Simon's personality made them place him there. I learned he's a former Finnish soldier and he has been commanding a guerrilla warfare from afar. So for him to scheme his escape is a child's play. He brought it upon himself. He should listen to Nnamdi Kanu's appeal to him to stop ordering the deadly sit at home. Exactly what we are talking about. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said. Mm. Mm. Well, disobedience to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the beginning of his downfall. Mandela also went to prison. It's not the end, but a path to a great future. So when that Mandela went to prison, was his action taking the lives of the people, or what is this one talking about? It's just unfortunate. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.